So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been out for about a week now. We saw it last Friday, and for some reason I haven't posted a video on it yet. I've been very inconsistent as of recently, but I thought it'd be fun to sit down and talk about the movie. We will be talking about spoilers, so there's a chance if that does come up, I'm going to take off the glasses. It's up to you guys whether you take them off or not.
Oh, they're staying on.
Oh, they're staying on?
They're staying on.
I'm here with my friend Zach and Brady over here. And yeah, so we saw the movie. We drove a little bit out of town, watched it on Friday in it wasn't IMAX, but it was audio enhanced, and I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Banger. Yeah, certified banger. But when it comes to the other Guardians movies, what do you guys think? So I'll start with Brady.
I'd say probably the first one is still definitely better. I really like the second one. I think that movie gets way too much hate. They're like, oh, it's not as good as the first. It's just as good in my opinion. I think it really holds up. And I think this one, I'm not sure. I've seen it twice, so okay. I'm going to see it a third time on Saturday, and by then I'll probably have it decided on my rankings for the movies. But right now I'm going to stick it as second best.
Nice. Zach?
Second best?
Yeah.
Personally, I like the second one a little more, just because it's a bit funny, fighting a planet, you know? And my favorite scene where he goes, what? And just shoots Ego. That was pretty sick. But yeah, the first one's really good. Second one's, just in my opinion, a little bit better, more of a favorite to watch. But the third one, it was better than all of them, in my opinion. My opinion, with all the emotions in it and stuff, and character development, all of that, it just made it better than all the other two, and in my opinion, better than the Avengers Endgame movie.
Oh,
big talk.
Hot takes there. Yeah, I love the first Guardians. It was really the first Marvel movie that I got into. It was just age-wise, time-wise, that I loved it, and I watched it over and over again, and I became obsessed with the characters. And then I saw the second one in theaters. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I've also only seen it once in theaters. I didn't have time to rewatch it before this one, so I'm not going to say whether I think it's, terrible or amazing or anything, because I know that a lot of people, it's grown on them over time. I've heard that. I don't know about you guys, but I've heard that from other people. They're like, first time I watched it, but then it kind of gets better as you watch it more. But I do remember it being very funny. Third one, though, is just fantastic. I mean, James Gunn has just been on this roll recently, with the Suicide Squad, get the shirt on there. The Suicide Squad, we had Peacemaker, now we have this. I feel like really in the Suicide Squad we got to see his style more, directing wise, because I still think the first one is probably the best one. Now I have seen that one the most when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy. There's certain ways he uses the camera and even the lenses he chooses to use where we got some wider angles and the way he moves up and shows certain characters. I think it's quite apparent on that one scene where they're breaking into the one ship, and I forget what the actor's name is. It's Nathan something. It's
Nathan Fillion, I think.
Yeah, him. And you can I really noticed it in that scene where just the way he shoots the characters, it's so James Gunn, and I love it. But also, one thing I mentioned to you guys, which I know I'm jumping a bit here, but the one scene, obviously I said spoilers, where Rocket ends up just mauling the shit out of the High Evolutionary, is that his name? That's his name, right? Yeah, where he does that. But James Gunn doesn't show, anything. The only thing he shows, besides just this very close-up, is just a shot of a red tongue, which is already red, but you still know exactly what's happening in the scene. I think James Gunn is just a brilliant director. I've always really liked him, but that scene, I remember I was just blown away. Wow, he showed so much violence without actually showing anything, and I think it is obvious that Rocket is his favorite character, and I've always loved Rocket, obviously. I could probably go down to the basement of my house and find, Rocket toys from, 2015 or 14 that my brother had, because I still remember some of them. But here, I mean, Rocket is just... Somehow, they made up for the absence of him being with the team because he's knocked out by showing his past, and that's got to be, the one thing that everyone talks about. What did you guys think of the whole backstory?
I thought the backstory was really good, very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the backstory was pretty cool with other, animals just like him where they've been experimented on and stuff like that. I just thought that part was really cool. We got to see, a darker part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, other than just comedy. We've been showing a lot of funny stuff, but now it's time to get serious with some funny and excitement mixed in, and it just made it a better movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I found that it really impacted the other characters, maybe not so the flashback stuff, but while Rocket's knocked out, I don't remember exactly what the scene is, but it's you can tell even with Quill when he just picks up those guns and he's like, I'm ready to fuck you. Like he just walks out, boom, 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 and he just hits everyone right away. Like he is not messing around because it's like he cares about Rocket so much. And even how they introduced Gamora again and getting that dynamic, and you know, there's still the jokes about, is he a raccoon, is he this, oh, this is this. And then there's the really emotional stuff. Again, I thought the backstory was really well done. Whenever I was wondering, like, I wonder when they're going to cut back to Rocket. I remember I was saying that once. Boom, we got right back to it. I thought it was very much balanced really well. The only issue that I told you guys that I had is after, again, spoilers, Rocket eventually does wake up. There's like 10 minutes where they're like trying to get back on track, but that's it. Like, that's how much I love the movie. I thought it was paced so well, and the jumps from back and forth, and also the balance of comedy, you know, Mantis making that guy fall in love with Drax, and just all those lines, and I never noticed how black your eyes were, just like stuff like that. It's great. And then you have like, I was like tearing up. It was sad. I mean, the stuff that almost reminds me of Toy Story in a really messed up way with all the other animals. And one really cool thing I saw recently is there's a reference to Lila in the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I didn't
saw that.
I didn't notice that until I saw a post on Instagram. I thought that's really cool. Were there moments in the movie that stood out to you guys?
Not really a specific moment, but acting wise, the villain, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
But holy shit, he was good.
Yes. One of the best Marvel villains by far. And I mean, he's in Peacemaker, so I'm used to this guy.
Yeah.
James Gunn, and you know, the use of other actors as well.
You mentioned Nathan Fillion earlier.
Yep.
He's the detachable kid in the Suicide Squad movie. The guy who takes his
And
arms off.
Danielle whatever her name is, a rat catcher.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in it?
She was the pink girl.
She's the pink girl that Quill, and then also...
And then his wife was in that scene as well.
Yeah, the blonde one.
And one of the Ravagers is the bigger set guy from Peacemaker.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Steve Agee?
Beard Dye or whatever is it?
Yeah,
Dye Beard? Really?
Yeah, he was one of the
okay.
Ravagers in the
and
second.
Pete Davidson's in it too.
Yeah.
He was credited. I don't remember what he was, but he was at like all these like little things. That's so smart. I remember when I saw it, I was like, hey, that's funny. But I mean, High Evolutionary, what a villain.
Oh yeah, he's crazy.
Oh my God.
He's a
Easily
psychopath.
better than the other two.
Oh yeah.
He's
Like,
Leagues ahead.
He's like Thanos level. Like he's enslaving people. He's like experimenting on all of them just to make them better.
and then killing them like it's nothing.
He doesn't care.
Or he just blows up a planet and he's like, we'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll find a new one.
Redo it. It's pretty crazy, but his acting, I mean, a lot of people, which I already know this is going to happen, I don't, like, do you guys use Twitter? I don't even know.
No,
okay.
no.
Okay, that's smart, but Twitter, whatever, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it's going to be, there's going to be YouTube even, there's going to be so many people be like, his performance is just yelling, all he does is yell, but he uses the very loud, like, act of the character so well to the point where I was never like, all right, dude, like, that's enough, like, shut up. He did such a good job with just like, he's crazy. Like he has zero control over himself. The design for it with the face, and then obviously when we get the reveal of his face is pretty brutal but awesome, and it works so well. But when it comes to the characters, I mean, the Guardians characters have always been some of my favorites, but I've always been worried about Groot. You know, ever since the first one where he's gone, it's like, what are they going to do? Found a good way in Guardians 2, found a good way in Infinity War and stuff. And here I was very worried. I was like, the design looked weird. It fit perfectly in the movie for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know the scene where they land on the planet and he like gets all big.
Yeah,
Tiger mode or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And I think the character designs have improved more and more, and costume wise, I mean, the costumes they all have at the end is amazing.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite characters? I mean, it's a basic question, but
I'd have to go with probably Rocket and Star-Lord. I mean, that's like everyone's favorite, but you know, they're just the best. I mean, if Yondu was still around, he'd be my favorite, but you know.
Yondu's pretty cool.
hey, there was the one scene though.
He did
The way
have
they
it.
did
He
that
came
was
back.
so well.
He came back from the dead.
Wow.
Mad respect to Michael Rooker for doing like 8 hours of makeup just for 3 seconds of screen time, whereas like Dave Bautista and Zoe Saldana have been like complaining about having to do that every single day. He's like, Michael Rooker's just like, yeah, I'll do it for a 3-second scene. I don't care. He did it. He showed up to the set of Thor Ragnarok in full Yondu makeup and everything, just so they could make leaked photos to make you think that he was in that movie.
Wait,
or
I didn't even know
something.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah, just to mess with the fans.
Oh, I love him. He's awesome. He's so awesome. But yeah, I thought that was really well done. And the stuff with Drax, even, you know, it's kind of full circle with the first film, talking about his daughter, and then you have all these kids, and everyone's like, "What the hell are they saying?" And then Drax understands them.
I think that's my favorite scene in the movie of Drax making all the kids
beautiful.
laugh.
Yeah, it's
so
just
nice.
it's like he's so, you know, I love it.
Actually, no, my favorite scene is the No Sleep Till Brooklyn scene.
Yes.
that
Some of the
was
best
so
use
good.
of, I would say, like, in the MCU, but just in any movie, some of the best use of music. It was just like, yes, this is right. But Dave Bautista, I love him. He's a fantastic actor, but we really have Drax just being an idiot for a lot of the movie. They mention it, they call him out for it, and then you have that scene, and it is so sweet. And you're like, this is why people originally loved Drax, because he had this revenge side of him, but you can tell he has a heart.
I was really worried. I was always saying, well, they got to kill Drax because there's nothing he can do anymore. His family's dead, and he killed Thanos, or Thanos is dead, so it's not really, like, his character is over, so they got to kill him. But they really found a way to make him work, and I really like that. And then he didn't die, so
Yeah.
no one died.
Yeah.
Mad props to that, because, like...
Surprising. That's a total easy way to kill Rocket.
Yeah.
But I thought the way they handled that with the whole talking to... Oh, okay, that one's done, apparently. The whole talking to Lila, and then they're back. I mean, I thought that was just so well done. And all the characters, I mean, it never felt like, that's a cheap way out. And having them all, you know, kind of split was just so smart. And James Gunn, I've said it so many times, but he is a master. Like, he is one of, if not the best director when it comes to MCU movies.
I'd say the Russo brothers are also pretty damn good.
They're really good, too.
The way they, like, bridged all those characters together in Endgame and made them all still feel like how they were in their previous movies.
Oh, it's
like,
amazing.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's hard to pick the best one. You know, I love Taika Waititi. Did not love the last Thor movie, but
I did not.
Taika Waititi is fantastic. I mean, talking about directors, it's really a whole other thing. But if we were to quickly wrap it up and give your rating of the movie, Brady, what would it be?
I'd say 9 out of 10. I'm taking off the point because my only criticism is I didn't like the soundtrack. I thought there were like 3 good songs in it. Like No Sleep Till Brooklyn was awesome. I liked Since You've Been Gone, and I liked In the Meantime.
What about the Alice Cooper song? That was great.
That was alright.
That was great. Okay.
But like that's about it. And like the other 2 movies are so iconic with their soundtracks.
That's fair.
I don't think this one really holds up to the other 2. But like other than that, like it's a perfect movie.
Yeah, I mean the expectations were so high for me, so I was very satisfied. I would give it probably a 4.5 out of 5. I almost give it a 5, and maybe if I rewatch that whole thing with Rocket, we'll go like the time after Rocket comes back. A 4.5 out of 5. So
out of 5.
It's 5-star ratings.
Yeah,
dude, out of
Letterboxd.
10.
Yeah, so it's a 9 out of 10. Same thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm giving it like an 8 out of 10 because like not a movie I can watch all the time because of how like emotional it could be.
Yeah.
But like, I really like that type of movie where there's comedy and sadness and stuff. But there's a lot of sadness, so it's not something I'd like can put on anytime I want. So I'm giving that a good 8 out of 10.
That's solid. Yeah, it's one that I was very excited for because even though I, from memory, don't love the second Guardians, I still like appreciate these characters so much, and they're some of my favorite superhero characters ever. Like, I mean, from the first one right away, I was like, these are some of my favorite characters. They're just so awesome, and James Gunn just absolutely killed it with the third one. He did such a good job. I want to thank both of you for coming on and talking with the sunglasses on, so you won't recognize them in public when you see them walking down
know
in
who we
L.A. I know, but you might recognize the hair, the sexy hair. No, you just shave your head.
Yeah, sure.
Shave your head.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Over and out.